I'm going to talk about diversifying markets. I'm going to focus on international and global, but the same practices that we use on international markets and global markets can just as well be used when you're looking at expanding into new cities or new geographical areas within the same city. Oh, I'm taking it this one.
Are we okay?
Yes, I'm old. I cannot see things.
They have the same problem. Also, the previous guy said the same thing. But
Yes. So why does it actually matter to diversify your markets? In today's global society, we are getting our wares from China, we are getting it for India, we have seen supply chain dependencies that we don't have anymore. We have seen the US basically screwing up the international markets the last 6 months. So when we're talking about diversifying, we have to look at the global scale as well. If we are in more markets, we have more resources available. We have a new customer base. If you're looking at the EU in general, we have a market saturation of 92%, which means you're currently fighting for the last 8% of the market. Again, we are in a state where we have the Northern Europe, we have Eastern Europe, we have Southern part of Europe. All of them have different economics. We all have different effects. We have seen the southern part of Europe having a financial crisis around a decade ago. We have seen the Nordics exploding, and when it comes to growth in consumer spendings, we have seen the Eastern Europe growing at an alarming rate when it comes to spending. They are growing by 29% per year right now, year over year, the last 5 years. So when we're talking about diversifying markets, we are talking about your survival. We are no longer just a country, a city, a simple shop. We are a global market, or at least an international one. We can take a quick one. If you are diversified in more than one market, you're having 3.2% better growth rate, which is huge when you're looking at our current market situation. Not only that, if you are diversifying your markets, you're pushing through innovations, because what the consumer wants in this country, in Greece or in Denmark or in France or in Germany, is all different, which means it pushes your company to innovate your current solutions. If you're taking a bit of a historical one, we know retail had a huge hit back in 2020. It's still slowly recovering. It still has a place in the market. I am a huge fan of retail, and I sincerely hope it survives in the long run as well. But we have a e-commerce dominance, and it's driven by the new generations. They are looking at buying on social media. They're looking at buying from influencers. They're looking at buying from mobile. So of course we are seeing that the e-commerce market is growing. It has grown from 7% to 22% over the last 10 years. We have seen mobile growing. It's currently driving 63% of all purchases online. I'm not saying it's the platform they buy on, but it's driving it. It's one of the key factors. We can see retail stores are no longer just a retail store. It's an experience. I like rituals. When you go into rituals, you can see they're actually taking you through the point of their products. They're taking you from how to use it, creating a ritual for you in the morning. Retail is no longer just going to the store, pick up a grocery or package of something and go over and pay. We want more. It's a location to create a experience. And again, cross-border. Are you looking into new countries? It has almost had 20% growth since 2019. It's not something you can overlook anymore. If you want to go for growth, you have to look beyond your own borders. And again, market saturation in most areas in EU is 92%. How much money are you willing to spend for the last 8%? or you're actually willing to expand into other markets. We have had supply chain disruptions. The ship in Panama, we had COVID, we have tariffs from the US. We currently have so many issues that we as retailers or e-commerce has to fight with. Let's not fight over growth. Again, if we are looking at the future, e-commerce is going to be almost 1 trillion. It has grown from 0 to 1 trillion in 15 years. It's a remarkable thing. And it's driven by technology, and it's driven by consumer behavior. Again, online is going to affect or at least have a market share of 48% when we're hitting 2024. When we're hitting 2030. It's already at 22%. We cannot deny it anymore. And when you go online, it's no longer just a market. That's your country. You're opening yourself up to basically getting and selling everywhere. You can see the key opportunities that we are seeing when you're looking at diversifying our markets is we have the geographical one. We can look into a new country. That's a lot of research, it's a lot of understanding, it's understanding your competitors. But the one that's been driving a lot of sales the last 5 years is sustainable products. It's what the youth want, it's what the parents want. It's not what the older generation is jumping on yet, but we can see electric cars, we can see environmental soaps, we can see clothes that's produced in the right way. The future lies in sustainable products in at least part of the production. And again, we keep hearing that AI and VR is growing. It is growing, it's just not being adapted at mainstream level yet. You can see AR when you're looking at, as far as I remember last time I checked IKEA, you can use their app and see how it looks in your home. VR is out there, but it's more of a luxury product and a luxury technology.
Give me a second. I will speak in Greek. Okay. Παιδιά, σας πω μια λεπτομέρεια. Αυτή η αίθουσα έχει πάρα πολύ καλή ηχητική. Όποιος ακόμα και σιγοψιθυρίζει, ακούγεται. Σας το λέω. Και ενοχλεί τους υπόλοιπους που παρακολουθούν. Οκ, το λέω αυτό. Και πριν το είχα και τώρα το έχω. Γι' αυτό σας το λέω. Εντάξει, ευχαριστώ. I was saying that it's a little bit tricky with this. Because everything, even if you speak very quietly, someone can hear you. That's what I said.
They can have the presentation after.
Yeah, of course, but still, it's really interesting.
Yes.
So, it's someone perhaps would like to watch or to hear. So that's what.
So why does it actually really matter? Well, first of all, more location means you have less risk. If you have just 2 locations, the IT cost is divided by 2. The current stock is divided by 2. You can actually split personnel. You can create a better revenue stream because you have more locations. We can see that growth lies in expansion, and it do actually make sense. If you have a store at one location, you can only serve a certain amount of customers if you are retail. So you need to look at expanding, which again, most of you already have e-commerce. But again, we need to look into, well, the last one that just came a few weeks ago was AI, that actually are going to recommend you buying. We keep seeing how the market is changing and how we have to adapt with it. It's no longer just diversifying markets, it's basically survival. And again, it creates a competitive advantage. You get more data. The more data you have, the better you understand your customers, the better you can adapt to them, the better you can meet them at their needs. We can discuss omnichannel all you want, but the basic lies in omnichannel is meeting 80% of your customers on the platforms you need and want. And again, when we're talking market diversifying, omnichannel might mean one thing in Greece, another thing in Germany, a third thing in the Nordics, because we are different people. We cannot, but again, if we don't collect the data and get the competitive edge and actually understand the data, we will fail. A good example is we had Lidl, I know you have it down here. They entered the Danish market with German products. The first 5 years, they lost almost 1 billion because they didn't understand the market. They wanted to expand, beyond their borders, but again, they didn't understand the market and didn't make the adjustments. And again, if we're looking at performance, if you have one market compared to two markets, you can already see that if you're looking at the performance, we are outperforming a single market retailer when you're just on more than one. You can take the same principle. If you're more than one city, of course, you're going to outperform one that only has one location. We can see how we are prioritizing currently, and we have 32% of retailers in Europe are focused on geographic expansion because it makes sense. When you are in Greece, you most likely have more in common with the countries around you. The Nordics has typically been set as a testing ground for products in the rest of the northern part of Europe, because if you can sell in Europe, you can sell everywhere. So we are a very small market, but people look to the Nordics too when it comes to geographical. But again, there's so many other better ways of doing it. If you have a clothing store, look at accessories. It's one of the one of the fastest growing products when we are talking fashion. When we are looking at vacation, looking at experiences, looking at packages, looking at giving them freedom. Again, now we're back at omnichannel. Omnichannel for me means we are creating a platform that meets 80% of your customers. Because going beyond the 80%, you're not getting your return on investments. And if you're looking at diversifying into other markets like Germany, like France, if you're already 80% of the way, you're most likely meeting their customers as well. If you're looking at Germany, they basically hate anything that's digital. They are behind. If you're looking at the Nordics, you have to have apps, you have to have showrooms. So again, focus on the 80%. It will give you an edge when you're looking into other markets. The last 20% is where a market is unique. Again, if you're looking at markets, I know the holy grail that has been focused on so many years has either been the US or Asia, but you already have markets here in the European Union you can focus on. One of the better ones is Eastern Europe. They have had 19% growth year over year. They are a very good market, and if you're looking at consumer spend, it's increasing every year. They have adapted with their jobs. They're focusing on technology jobs, which drives it drives their spend up. So it is going to overtake our northern part of Europe at some point. We have the southern part of Europe. You are in it. We have Spain. We have Italy. We can see that it's driven by tourism, a lot of it. Western Europe, we are France, Germany, UK, the Nordics. We are where the salaries are high, but we also have a very high spend. But we are also very difficult people to expand into. So markets like Eastern Europe that has a low expectancy when it comes to, for instance, technology or platforms you're on is actually a good way of going. If we're looking to the future, you have all seen it, sustainable living. We want to live better. We want to buy an electric car. We want to have the right products in our home. We basically want to improve the planet, at least most of us. You have seen technology in your home. We no longer just have a toothbrush. We have a toothbrush with AI that apparently tells us how long we are brushing and if we are doing it wrong. So looking into, when we are diversifying markets, isn't just looking into market expansion. It's looking into what product that's in growth and which one actually match what you currently have. We have so many niche markets. I'm not even going to dive into it. But one of the other ones we have here is health and wellness. We are starting to care about ourselves. It's a market that is growing. If you're looking at history, it started in France. It's everywhere now. It's not just a beauty product, it's what we want. So looking into anything that supports these, it can be the way you're designing your retail store. I was at a retail store where they put in massage chairs for, let's call it the men. because we basically didn't shop. So the women could shop alone. So we took it as a wellness trip as men, and the women get to do what they wanted. And I know that's a bit cliche, but it works. You can see IKEA is doing the same thing. They're creating wellness areas for those who are not shopping. Whether it's just a food stand or whatever it is, they're diversifying what they're offering. Again, that means they're diversifying their markets. They're attracting new people that they didn't have before. Let's talk about consumer journey. I have been in marketing for the last 20 years or so. I started out on Pandora in the old days. And a consumer journey today, we all have seen people, most of the people out there, agencies coming in with a very nice consumer journey where they put in points and everything. It's just not that simple. It's a very good way of selling things. It's a very good way of displaying something, but it's just not a journey anymore. It's a jump from point to point. You can find a product I loved while I was here in Greece and then go buy it while I'm in Italy, or get it shipped to Italy, because basically you have to offer it now. Our physical stores are not physical stores anymore. They are a network of handling clients. If you buy something here, we expect to be able to do it in any other market we go to. We expect you to have a partner if something goes wrong. If you buy a suitcase and it breaks, we expect it to be able to be repaired in any country. Market diversifying isn't just selling a product anymore or going to a new market. It's meeting the customer where they are and meeting the expectations we have these days. E-commerce isn't just a way of living today. It's not just a niche product. If you don't have it, you're not selling enough. You're leaving 40 or 50% of your customers behind. And not even that, if you're then launching it as an English site, you're opening yourself up to a bigger market. It doesn't even have to be localized to diversify into other markets. Most countries accept English as the normal way of doing it. You will have a harder competition when you're talking about SEO and etc. But it's a good way of starting. You don't have to do massive research. Create a language page on English. See where the traffic comes from. That's where you go. It doesn't need to be rocket science. Again, social media has given a completely new angle when we're talking about markets, we're talking about users, we're talking about journeys. We have our own channels, we have influencers, we have groups. This is why the consumer journey today is, well, basically a nightmare. We like to put it into 3 or 4 dots and tell this is how we do it. But because we are an international group of people, we can see digital nomads. I'm one. I lived in Greece last year. Now I'm in Italy. Next year I'll be in Spain. But if I like the store, I expect you to be able to deliver it to me no matter where I am. I don't care if you are only a Greek supplier, but if I like your product, you have to make it available for me. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter that you're not expanding into the country. You have to make it available. And again, you can, if you're on more markets, increase your conversion because it makes you seem you're bigger than you are. You get better data. You get greater customer loyalty. If I can get your product no matter where I am, I'm not going to shop online and look for 20 different other sites to find it. I'm going to you. I'm going to the email you sent me yesterday because it's part of your email strategy or because it showed up on your social media. Market diversifying is no longer just market expansion. It's platform expansion. We are no longer just meeting in markets. We're meeting on platforms. There's a reason that Volt is growing. There's a reason that Airbnb is growing. We no longer own the platform. The platform owns us, but it gives us access to a market we didn't have before. So diversifying your markets doesn't mean it's you who has to do it. Amazon gave you access to a global one. You have Zalando in the northern part of Europe that will give you access to the whole market. You have Boost in the Nordics that will give you access to their platform. You no longer have to own the e-commerce platform. They will drive it for you. there is also another one. We have AI today. I'm pretty sure that you cannot open your inbox today without getting an AI. For me, AI is a good tool. I use it every day. I create very good reports. I basically also just put in the data for this one and it created it for me. It can help.
You use the AI for that presentation?
This is AI, yeah.
This is the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. We're talking Gen AI, you mean, not AI?
I put in all the data and I told it what to create, and it made this one in 2 minutes.
Okay.
And you can do the same thing. I'm doing it when I'm doing competitive analytics. I tell them where to get the sources. I can break down anyone's reviews and tell them where the weak spots is, so I can add my communication to it. Again, when I'm looking at where I'm going to expand next, I'm targeting everything from reviews to SEO to figure out where the weak spots are. And it doesn't require you having a budget of 100,000 or 200,000. AI have given you access to this. It requires you spending time learning how to use it.
And to give the right data as well.
Yes. Learn how to prompt it, learn where to find it. I built my own AI agent. I took my marketing department in Cedar Rose from 10 people to 5. So you can do it. And again, we are no longer, we are building in the clouds today. They give us access to power that we didn't have before. We are basically just creating a platform where we can integrate into everything. Amazon is basically just a platform you integrate into and show your product. The same as Google Shopping. It's just a platform you connect to. And again, we have digital leaders that I would call them digital digital turtles. But again, if you are a digital leader, you have cost. You have cost by being slow. Typically, if you're slow, you pay more in customer acquisition. But if you are a digital leader, you're pushing that cost over to where it actually matters and creating experiences. You're creating a connection with the consumer, whether they are in a new area geographically, or you're getting access to new products, because you're actually learning how to use your data. We can no longer afford being lazy when it comes to digital. I'm not saying you have to go out and spend 100 million on investing in it, but it's a matter of understanding your customers again and understanding where they are. And again, diversifying markets doesn't mean it's a new country. It means you're targeting customers you didn't have before, basically. They can be right around the corner. They can be in a new market. They can be new products, so you get a new customer base. Let's not overcomplicate it. Again, it can be you integrating to Amazon or one of the 100 different other marketplaces that's out there. If you are in the experience economy, you have Airbnb that just opened up for experiences and services as well. So let's not overthink it. Let's just focus on what it actually is. It's looking at where you can find your next customer. And again, you have heard so many people say this. You need a data framework. You're getting data from, at least 20 sources today. What are you actually doing with it? How are you handling it? Are you using it to drive market opportunities? Are you using it to understand your customers? Or are you actually trying to understand your performance? I'm at the point where I'm building predictive models based on it. And it isn't that complicated today because we do actually have AI to help us. So when you're combining looking at new markets, AI and data, it can actually do 70-80% of the work for you. It's not rocket science anymore. It's not a nerd sitting in their parents' basement. Again, bad comparison, but it's modern today, and it doesn't require large investments. And again, we can sit and talk about it after how we do it. Again, when you're looking at where to go, use AI to predict where your competitors are not. Find the gaps. Look where the data drives you. It can be a store right around the corner, or it can be in a store in Paris. It doesn't actually matter. I took 2 very quick cases. North Fashion, which is a Nordic brand, Swedish one. They were looking into new markets, basically, and it took them from being a Nordic brand to be a pan-European brand. They localized everything they did. They went into 8 markets at once. They localized languages, they localized payment. They did basically the golden solution for what we do when you enter a market. And it helped them. Their revenue grew over 200%. Their market cap grew by 4.2%. Online sales by 62%. We did a breakdown after. This, let's just pick a random number. Let's say they did the golden one, they did it around 10 million euros. We did a comparison after, because they didn't actually look at the data after. They could have done it for half, because they did more than the consumer expected. They did more than the market needed. And again, we do have brands that just go in with the golden one, but it's not needed. There are better ways of doing it. Understand your customer. I think I've taken this one before. We have market entry, new markets. Again, it can be the next city next to you, or it can be the next country, or it can be the next region. Product expansion. I'm betting most of you are already looking at how you can support your current products, whether it's accessories or it is other main products. I think I saw electronic one out here. They basically supply everything for a laptop because it actually generates more sales. Again, digital transformation, you've heard that for the last decade or so. Again, it's a matter of integrating things. It's not a matter of buying the golden umbrella for this. Understanding your customers, take what works and create a plan on how to get there. Digitalize what makes sense for you. And again, if you're going for market expansion, again, focus on how you're going from where you are now to what market you want to enter. Again, we can learn a lot from other ones. We can take the key takeaways. It's a strategic necessary today. If you can see how mom and pop shops are dying out there. It is not a mystery today. The ones that are actually surviving are either the ones who buy out other ones or expand into other markets. We can no longer just be mom and pop. It's unfortunately, I like those stores, but again, we are a dying race when it comes to mom and pop. And again, it has proven, you can see it. What brands do you remember? You remember the big ones. Remember the ones that are more markets, the ones that are actually expanding, the ones you can find everywhere. And remember, you have to set the success. What is a success for you? There is some basic ones. We have to see the data is linked. We have to see how it works. We have to be able to convert what we are learning into actions. I think that's the quick one.
Okay. Thanks very much. We have your contact information. Thank you.